Everyone can stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good. Okay, moving on to item C, the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda?
Make a motion to approve.
I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Okay, item 2, administrator and board member reports. Item A, Mr. Klein.
Okay. I-Learn checkpoints for 3rd through 6th grade have been mostly completed with only a few makeups this week. I have scheduled data meetings with kindergarten through 3rd grade teachers this Friday and with 4th through 6th on November 20th and 21st. Our paraprofessionals and special education staff will also attend. The goal is to coordinate support for students based on our data. We'll be hosting a Veterans Day assembly next Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. We've invited members of the American Legion Post 375 to attend. They'll have a flag presentation and explain the symbolism of our flag. Our students will sing a patriotic song and parents are invited. We'll have curriculum mapping and grade level meetings at Lake Village for the district next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday with Jonna Atkins from Tools for Success. Our goal is to more tightly align our Savas reading and math resources with our curriculum maps. Grades K through 3 will also want to provide clearer guidance on how to best structure the reading block with some of the supplemental resources we've added. On November 24th and 25th, I'll be attending the IASP Fall Conference in Indianapolis. This is my first time going. I've been told by other administrators it's excellent professional development. My wife, who's an elementary principal in Union Township, will be attending as well. I'm looking forward to learning new things to help my school and our corporation.
Thank you.
Item B, Ms. Funston.
Hi. So we have a lot of good things going on right now. Our student council is hosting a food drive to help families for Thanksgiving, which we started it on Monday, and so far they've collected a lot of food, but we're hoping to just help out the families, and I think it's great that the student council are doing something to help the community. Our Spell Bowl team has been practicing during the last few weeks, actually probably the last month and a half, to prepare for their competition that we are hosting on November 17th. My school has 3 teams competing, so that's pretty exciting. We also have a local author that's coming to talk to our students. Her name is Catherine Tolley. She's written 2 children's books, and she's coming November 21st. We're going to have 2 different sessions for the students to learn a little bit about what it means to be an author and the writing process, and then ask her some questions. So that's pretty exciting. We love it when people want to come visit Lincoln. And then we are getting our front door cameras. They were there today, getting updated. It's much needed for our security, so I do appreciate that from all of you. My teachers have been working on data walls for MTSS. They've been inputting all of the data we just recently finished the checkpoints and WIA and all of the testing that we've completed this year. So that'll be a great help to make sure that we're doing the right things and tracking for MTSS. I will be attending the IASP conference with John in a few weeks, hopefully to learn some things and see what's going on at the state level for principals. And this year, I don't know if anyone knows, but Lincoln was built in 1975. So this year, Lincoln does celebrate 50 years. So Lincoln has been here for half a century, and it's been part of this community. So I just wanted to recognize that. I had a couple people bring that up to me, and I just think it's great. And I wanted to just, bring that up so that we can celebrate that together. I think it's a great milestone. So that's all. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Dr. Razor.
Yes, sir. So Saturday, November 1st was my first official day as superintendent, and I'm super excited to get things rolling and be permanent and moving forward. We have a hearing tomorrow for our collective bargaining agreement, which I can't say enough great things about the collaboration that we had working through that, and having a tentatively approved 2-year deal with our teachers, which is one of the most generous and also far-reaching of anyone in the area, maybe the state. And then next Wednesday at 6, we'll be having a ratification hearing with a vote for that contract, which will get us in within the deadline of November 15th for the state, which we're also very proud of. Tonight on the agenda, you will see phase 1 of our LED upgrade that we want to start at the high school, and we'll be starting that in the gymnasiums, which you'll see almost an immediate difference, night and day, when you do an LED upgrade in a gym. As our principals alluded to, we have been working on MTSS, met with the principals today, and they are working on data dashboards and data rooms around MTSS, which really helps visually see what kids need a little more help, what kids are doing okay, and then what kids need extra interventions. Also, proud of the work of the policy committee that has been meeting almost weekly for a month now. It seems like to really get through the backlog we have of policies, and will get us caught up. And along with that, as the policies start getting passed, we can start updating our employee handbooks, which are also behind, and we've begun updating the job descriptions and other things that we can go ahead and do before those things get done. That is everything that I have right now, except what the other things that will come up during the meeting tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Any board members have anything they'd like to report on?
I have something real quick.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you to the Coalition for Drug-Free Newton County. I'm part of that, and I talked to Dr. Razor about the coalition coming into the high school on October 24th, along with Danielle Sands and Captain Wilson and Deputy Sons and Detective Mosley. We coordinated that with Mr. Brooks. So we came into the lunch hours there and did some activities with the kids to do drug awareness. They did some stuff with some vision goggles, tried to get them to do some activities while they put the vision goggles on so they could see what that was like, and had some interaction. And so I really appreciate the law enforcement coming out there and Danielle coming in and getting into the school to do that. So.
Anybody else have anything?
I'm just going to piggyback off of Dr. Mike. Our policy committee has been kicking some butt lately. That's Mrs. Gonzi, Mrs. Dyer, and myself, and then Dr. Mike and Deborah. They've been helping us knock out 2.5 years worth of policy that we've needed to catch up on, and we're meeting on Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesday evenings on non-board meeting nights, just to get through it all. And then I actually want to recognize Mr. Haas, because he was able to attend our regional meeting last week, and he picked up all of our favorite reading material
Yes.
from the state, as far as things that are coming up, different fun lawsuits that you can learn from, different laws that have changed, things like that. So thank you, John, for picking that all up for us.
Thank you, John.
You have anything you want to share from that meeting?
Yeah, some of you ought to come with me.
We were bargaining that night.
First
Tyson and I
year
were
ever.
collective bargaining.
Yeah,
First year
I know.
ever you were the Lone Ranger.
I
So
know.
we'll
Ranger,
fix
yeah.
that.
Nothing else? Item 3, I think everybody's favorite, student spotlight.
Come on up here, Ellie. You guys can come up too. All right, Miss Ellie, come over here. All right, I want to recognize Ellie Mackey. Ellie, these are her teachers back here, Mr. Kosher and Mrs. Moore. And Ellie has shown great potential this year. Every task that has been assigned to her has been flawlessly completed. She has offered to take on the position of librarian in her classroom, and she's taken upon herself to organize books, help students to sign out the classroom books, and make sure that the books are returned in a timely manner, and reshelf the returned books. The classroom library has never looked so good. She also makes sure to hand in homework on time and always gives her best. We are certain that as the year progresses, she will continue to elevate her many strengths, and we can foresee her becoming a leader in the junior senior high as well. She also was one of our recipients of a trustworthiness buck that we had over the last month. So someone also recognized her as being trustworthy in the building. So she's just a really great kid, and we're really, really proud to have her at Lincoln.
Wonderful.
This is for you. Hold on. You have to take a picture with all of us. So you gotta come over here. Yes. All the teachers.
Hey, it's Robin.
I'm sure.
Kids at high school, brother.
Ms. Hazel. All right, this is Hazel Taylor, and Mrs. Prohosky nominated her. This is what she wrote, but Mrs. Prohosky wants me to read it. Hazel is such an enthusiastic learner. She's self-motivated and has shown amazing growth since she started kindergarten. She faces any challenge with confidence and a can-do attitude. Hazel is a leader in the classroom because her enthusiasm is contagious and she makes others want to do their very best. Without even trying, she sets a positive example, not only academically, but by consistently modeling best behavior as well. It is my pleasure to be Hazel's teacher, and I look forward to watching her continue to learn and grow. She's an amazing young girl.
Great job.
Okay, item B, the staff spotlight.
Yes, and I apologize. We had some technical difficulties this afternoon. So when I share the PowerPoint at the next meeting, we'll also have the pictures from the folks who we're recognizing today. So we did recognize them in front of their classes. So the first staff spotlight goes to Audrey Combs Long, English teacher in our high school. I'm nominating Miss Long for the staff spotlight because of her outstanding dedication to North Newton High School and its students. Mrs. Combs Long not only excels in the classroom as an English teacher, but also goes above and beyond by supporting students in multiple areas of their high school experience. She actively helps during sporting events, assists students with college and career transitions, and takes time to mentor and check in on new teachers to help them feel welcome and supported. Mrs. Colo, as she's known as, has long-standing relationships with present and past students as they've reached out for additional help with a successful career or advice even past their high school years. Her genuine care for students shows in everything she does. She builds strong, positive relationships, encourages academic growth, and fosters a classroom environment where students feel seen and valued. Mrs. Combs Long commitment and kindness and leadership make her an exceptional role model and a vital part of the North Newton community. She's become a pillar of help, success, and hope for our entire school community here at North Newton, teachers and students alike. Audrey has made this school her home over many years of her career and allows us all to feel welcome enough to call it ours as well. So congratulations to Ms. Combs Long. Our second spotlight goes to Karen Madrigal, the art teacher at the high school. And I'd like to nominate Karen Madrigal for staff spotlight. Her positivity and dedication every single day are truly an inspiration to me. She pops into my classroom every single day to greet me with a cheerful smile. And as she exits, she says, "Today is going to be a good day." Her energy and enthusiasm is contagious. Congratulations to Ms. Madrigal. Our next spotlight is a double nominee. I'm proud to nominate Sally Smith for staff member in the spotlight. She's an incredible educator and teammate who goes above and beyond each day. She's always willing to lend a helping hand, share her knowledge, and support both her students and colleagues. She eagerly dives into new lessons, programs, and technology. Her dedication and expertise make her an invaluable part of North Newton. I truly don't know what I would do without her. And I'd like to nominate Ms. Smith, third grade teacher at Lincoln Elementary. Her teaching style can only be described as magic. She builds personal connections with all of her students and uses that connection when teaching. She's the most intentional teacher I know with the 2x10 method. She doesn't make this known, but every year she and her husband adopt a family. They purchase Christmas gifts for that family. This year, she and her husband are also paying $5 a week for 2 students in the family that they adopted this year, so those students would be able to purchase snacks at lunch. She is humble and quiet about this, but she is amazing, and Lincoln is so blessed to have her. Congratulations to Ms. Smith. And our final nomination for the staff spotlight tonight is going to come as a surprise.
It is.
It's to Mr. Dave Clements, who is in the audience. First. Dave has been doing an amazing job at keeping the school transportation and I'm sorry, I can read, I promise. David has done an amazing job at running the school transportation and filling in as a mechanic. He literally is keeping the schools running and open. We love you, Dave.
No tears.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's funny.
That concludes the staff spotlight.
Before we move on, this is where I tell the families, thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your students with us. If you'd like to leave, you may, or if you'd like to stay, you can, but feel free. But thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
You too. Thanks for coming.
My favorite. I love the students.
Of course. That's
I
fun.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It didn't used to be there, and then we brought it back.
Love
then
the
brought it back
smiles, the
again.
kids.
Celebrating the positive.
Yes. Okay.
Dave, we're making you stay.
Moving on to item 4, non-action items. Item A, I think it's everybody's favorite again, the unified
It's
handbook.
mine, I know.
Work in progress.
Yes, and
Chris.
as we said, we are making progress on the unified handbook. As the goal is, we had a non-certified handbook just to review. We had a teacher handbook, we had administrator handbook, and we're working to have a unified staff handbook that then has special sections for anything that is specific to an employee group. But one of the things we've also noticed that I did want to bring up when we discussed this is we have a lot of disparity among what I consider pretty alike classes and statuses of employees, where one has a 30-day probation, another has a 60-day probation, one qualifies for the retirement system, one doesn't. And we're also looking to create some uniformity there, because one of the things we don't want to have, that I saw happening a little bit last year when I got here, is people leaving their positions in the corporation because a position that paid the same might have better benefits, and leaving us a little bit high and dry. And we definitely don't want to be, hurting our neighbors as we try to help people succeed. So that as we look through the handbook and the board gets ready to approve it, we'll point out those things where we've said, okay, we're going to have a uniform probationary period, or everyone will qualify for this, or no one will. And, holidays being the same thing, number of working days, a lot of disparity there.
Can we get a breakdown specifically on the employees of who doesn't and does get that benefits and doesn't?
Yeah.
I just don't understand that, why that would be different.
I'm not sure exactly what, and we had that earlier with, one of our directors didn't, but all the rest of them did. That we fixed on that, being nutrition services director wasn't in the retirement system, but every other person with the title director was.
Interesting.
That's the update for that, but we are making progress.
Okay, item B, first read policy 2131.
All right. 2131 is a revised policy with mandatory verbiage changes.
Item C, first read policy 2340.
This is a replacement policy with mandatory verbiage changes and options for field trip and other corporation sponsored trip requirements.
Okay, so we're just taking one out and adding this one to it,
Yeah, and just
essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, there's also some things checked in there as far as like we discussed field trips over 150 miles having to be board approved.
Yeah.
Think like language like that.
And I recall there was some stuff about crossing state lines,
Yeah.
and the discussion that came up there, at least from me as an administrator, as I think about it, you can be in Illinois in 15 minutes. You can drive 5 hours and still be in the state. So we thought the distance was a little bit more of a qualifier than crossing state lines, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I think we also talked about once these come through, you talked about having an administrative meeting like with your principals and they could have it with their staff so that you wanted everybody to be on the same page moving forward to
Yes.
so that nobody's doing anything, and there's some updated forms that are going to come through as well.
Yep.
And they'll correspond in a handbook then at that point too.
Yep.
And as I read through these, feel free to jump in, so I don't go through them too fast. Everybody has an opportunity to.
2370.
Item D, first read policy 2370.
It's a revised policy with mandatory verbiage changes.
Item E, first read policy 2411.
Mandatory verbiage changes.
Item F, first read policy 3120.
Mandatory verbiage changes and non-fraternization options. It's not an option.
No fraternizing.
Well, in the one that we sat on was supervisor employee not being an option.
Item G, first read policy 3120.02.
That was mandatory verbiage changes.
Item H, first read policy 3120.11.
Mandatory changes with options on board members and public electronic participation in public hearings.
Item I, first read policy 4120.
If I recall, the first one with non-fraternization options was for certified employees. I think this one was for non-certified employees, but it's verbiage changes and non-fraternization options. We've tried to recommend being consistent across the board, obviously, with these. I will be honest, though, it's hard to remember because sometimes they aren't as close together as this, and we'll go like, isn't this exactly what we updated last time?
Yeah. Because there's professional staff, support staff.
Yeah.
Admin. Yep.
Item J, first read policy 4213.01.
These are mandatory technical changes.
And item K, first read policy 5330.
And this was mandatory verbiage changes with some options for the storing and administration of medications.
For students.
Yeah. Things like EpiPens and other medications.
There was, because these are all consistent with what we went over last week. There was another one, 5460, which was the graduation requirements. It's not on the agenda tonight, but we did need to run that.
You were running that past Ms.
Catherine
Hines.
guidance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to item 5, the consent agenda. Item A, the executive session board meeting minutes of October 22nd, 2025. The regular board meeting minutes of October 22nd, 2025. Item C, the facility use request. And item D, the financial claims and reports. Do I have a motion and a second to approve items A through D in the consent agenda?
Move to
Motion.
approve.
Or I'll second.
Okay, discussion. Okay, the facility use requests, what?
Did we vote on that yet?
No, we haven't voted on it. We're discussion.
Okay.
Family friendly, okay, I can read it now. This is the pro wrestling.
Yeah,
like
it's
they've
Mr.
done
Holmes.
before. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can't
It's hard to read
black
that.
and white. Okay. I guess that was that question. Curious.
That's the only one we have.
That's the only one I got.
And the insurance form is on the back, in case anyone was looking for it.
That building.
Again, I appreciate them getting it in early. Family friendly pro wrestling. It should be a hoot.
To cut some people off at the pass, one of the larger vouchers or claims was a bill from CDW, and those were bills from 2024 that had not been paid that we discovered, and that was our share of the E-rate for Wi-Fi and switches going into our buildings. And it is our sincere hope. Patty, oh, by the way, Patty and Missy are at the Indiana Association of School Business Officials training in Indianapolis, so that's why they're not here this evening. But it is our sincere hope that that is the last of our 2024 bills that.
Yeah, I talked to Missy. She said she found that in her spam email, which was always fun to find that in your spam email.
Yeah.
A bill that big.
What is Power Grid Partners?
That's the windmill, isn't it?
Power Grid Partners are,
Quarterly billing.
and I know that Randy's over my shoulder, so he's going to help me here if I need it. But I believe Power Grid Partners
He's
are.
shaking his head, yes.
Is that a yes? Help. The Power Grid are the people who help us buy on the market, aren't they? The propane, not propane, the natural gas. Are they the natural gas company that we? No, that's Maverick Services. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Power Grid Partners is the windmill people now.
Okay.
I was thinking of Maverick Services who help us buy natural gas on the open market.
Okay. So he comes all the way from Ohio when he
Yeah, and monitors.
monitors it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we were throwing a breaker earlier. That's my not technical term. but
And he
what's
does the
happening.
maintenance as well when he comes to check it,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, he came. I believe this charge is because it was not running recently, and we, again, to oversimplify it, thrown a breaker and taught Corey how to reset it. Also, if
Good.
it was not a serious issue.
What do we pay that Zayo Education ENA services for? The January through September invoices? No. Yes,
Yeah.
January, September invoices. Voice
Hey.
service and phone
Voice
systems,
service.
that's weird.
Yeah, it's the same phone service.
That says education though.
Yeah, I can get back to you on that,
Yeah.
but
Is that just something we pay Annually,
Looks,
quarterly?
I mean, January to September,
Big chunk.
it is a big chunk.
More of us to look into the weeds of what we're,
Yeah, that's definitely,
because that isn't, you and I technical stuff. And that doesn't look like a technical company. No. Weird. All right.
Anybody else have any other questions? Nope. Everybody good? Okay. All right, so we got a motion and a second. Excuse me. For the consent agenda, items A through D, we've had discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, all those abstaining. And that's due to a Keystone invoice company that I work for. Okay. Moving on to item 6, donations. Item A, accept the donation from Bring Change to Mind in the amount of $150 to support the BC2M Club. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that donation?
Motion to approve. Second.
What is the BC2M Club?
bring change to mind.
Is that okay?
Never
I
heard
just,
of it.
is it a club in school or
I-
I've
You
never
got-
seen it. Yes. Okay. I just curious. I've never seen it before, so
They meet in the library at the high school.
thank you.
And they buy lunch for 150.
Okay, had discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item B, accept the donation from Franciscan Alliance in the amount of $250 to support the boys basketball team general needs. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that donation?
Motion to approve. I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item C, accept the donation from Danielle and Jason Higgins in the amount of $50 to support the softball team general needs. Do I have a motion and a second to approve
So
that
moved.
donation?
Seconded.
Motion.
Mike and John.
Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item D, accept the donation from Danielle and Jason Higgins in the amount of $50 to help support the wrestling team general needs. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that donation?
Move to approve.
Second.
Who was
Discussion.
the second?
Me. Melissa.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Item E, accept the donation from Tyson and Emily Bridgman in the amount of $100 to support the boys basketball team general needs. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that donation?
Motion to approve. Second. She beat me to it. It's all right.
Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand.
I can't believe you gave money out.
Lunch money.
Lunch money. Good man. Do I
Well,
comment?
team. Okay, item 7, the personnel report. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the personnel report?
Can I motion that we do one by one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have a motion on the table to do the personnel report one by one.
I'll second that.
We have a second on that. Okay. Okay, we have motion and a second to approve the personnel report one by one. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? All those abstaining? Oh, man. Okay,
Could I make a
what's the
suggestion?
count on that?
I don't know.
I think it's 4-2-1,
Plus 3-3-1.
3-3-1.
What's your suggestion?
My
Dr. Mike?
suggestion would be, and if it's okay with Ms. Dyer, is we adopt the resignations, transfers, those type of things, the front page basically, as a whole.
Okay.
And then take the actual, people being placed in positions
One by
one.
Okay.
Is that what
Yep.
Okay, so Melissa, would you like to make that motion?
So I will make a motion to approve the front page as a whole,
Okay, so you're talking about
Or
support
to
staff
vote.
personnel and the
the
resignation,
front page as a whole,
Okay.
and the second page as one by one.
which would be the ECA 2026 positions.
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second or that was your motion. Do I have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Motion and a second to approve all of the support staff personnel transfer, promotions, demotions, and resignations as a whole, and vote on the ECA positions one by one. All those in favor? Oh, discussion. Perfect. Go ahead.
On the transfer we were talking about, what's the position that we were going to discuss about bring up the money to be able to move into that
It
position?
is a transfer, promotion, demotion. Derek Cruz from full-time high school
Mhm.
custodian to full-time maintenance worker, lateral move, same pay. What we've done at the high school is we had 2 part-time positions, which are approximately 12 hours. We're replacing that with 1 full-time position, which is 8. So we're basically saving half of an employee at the high school there. The other thing is this was assistant director of maintenance, and now it is maintenance worker. We'll be changing organizational charts to reflect that. And this is one of our goals is we're not, unless worst would come to worst in major catastrophic issues, we're not going to try to not do any reductions in force. But as positions come open through attrition, people moving on through promotion, we're going to evaluate open positions and see if we can't spread out responsibility potentially over folks to maybe help those folks out a little bit, but then in the end save, because, as we are attempting to recognize and reward our employees, we also have to make sure that we're sharpening our pencil and finding every cent we can. So
And then what was the part-time position?
there were 2 part-time positions at the high school custodial.
Okay.
We were going to replace that with 1 full-time position, which is basically saving 4 hours worth of pay a day.
Thank you. That's all, Tyson.
Okay, we've had a discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand.
What are we?
Okay,
The front
we're
page.
voting,
Front page.
we're basically to approve the front
This is
page
Gotcha.
and then do the ECAs
And then the
one by one.
ECAs, I guess.
Okay, so the other
Oh.
one.
Sorry. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Okay, and no one abstaining. Okay. Okay, ECA positions one by one. We have Connor Scatella for the 5th and 6th grade boys basketball coach at Lincoln Elementary for the 25-26 school year at a $941 ECA check.
I'll make a motion to approve. I can't believe he's old enough to coach.
Second.
Yeah, coach.
Okay, any discussion on that? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Lot number 2 is Aubrey Eller. She would like to be the 5th and 6th grade boys basketball assistant coach at Lincoln Elementary for the 2025-26 school year as a volunteer. I have a motion and a second to approve that.
Motion to
Motion,
approve.
or I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you.
Actually, I do have a question. Who's going to be the actual coach then?
Connor.
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 Oh, okay.
She's just going to be helping you.
Yeah, no, got it.
Next up, we have Dan Sommers for the 5th, 6th grade boys basketball coach at Lake Village Elementary for the 25-26 school year at a $941 ECA. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that position?
Motion to approve.
I will second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Position 3, Mr. Stephen Lothmiller as the JV boys basketball coach for the 25-26 school year at a $3,644 ECA check. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that position?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Who was that? Was that you, Tiffany?
Mhm.
Melissa?
I motion, Diane second.
May I make a statement on this one?
Mhm.
In our new collective bargaining agreement, it says / varsity assistant. Same with freshmen. Any varsity sport where the people are on the varsity bench or helping with varsity practice, that's clarifying that perhaps even if there wasn't a JV team or a freshman team, these folks are helping and deserve to be compensated for that, because that had been an issue in the past.
And moving forward after.
After the union or after the CBA is approved, since these ECAs reside inside the CBA,
Mhm.
those will be changed.
Yep.
But I didn't want that to be confusing for these.
Okay, any more discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. All those opposed? 1. Okay. Next position is Catherine Messersmith for the freshman boys basketball position for the 2025-26 school year at a $25.81 ECA check. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that position? I will motion.
Second.
Okay, and this one too would be the assisting. I think that documentation is.
Same thing.
Okay, perfect. I'm just going to put /assistant on here. Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed. All those not voting. Thank you. Next person is Celeste Richardson, excuse me, for the 5th and 6th grade volleyball coach at Lake Village for the 25-26 school year with a $941 ECA.
Move to approve.
Thank you. I will second. Any discussion?
Is that the current? We just got done with volleyball.
Yeah.
Why are we voting on volleyball?
I guess she was left off by accident.
So we're just paying this person.
Yeah, she coached
This is
volleyball.
already done. This
Yep.
is not voting for the next school.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like
Service is
just
rendered.
finished volleyball.
Yeah.
I know that.
Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. You. Lisa Hines for the Spell Bowl Lake Village, the Science Bowl Lake Village, the Math Bowl at Lake Village, all for the 25-26 school year with $600 ECA for each position for a total of $1,800. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that position?
Motion to approve.
I will
I'll
second.
second.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Sorry, John.
I'm sleeping over here.
Any discussion?
What is it just the spelling bee type stuff? Science.
It's similar. It's it's an academic competition that's
Okay.
Do they go travel for that type of stuff?
yeah, it's
Yes.
sponsored by the Indiana Association of School Principals.
Nice.
Yep.
And it's just at our elementaries, they don't have.
Middle school, I don't know if we participated in it, but it goes through junior high age.
Go
Last
through
year-
later on if you have sponsors to do it. Yeah.
And last year we had South Newton came up and did it along with our elementaries, and it was fun.
So what do they end up doing for do they just have meetings and they practice?
They practice, they basically give you areas that, or spelling words in the spelling case, but then math concepts that it's going to be over, or science concepts that it's going to be over, and then you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what we're paying $600 for. Is it something that they actually?
Yeah,
Yes,
the kids they
competition
do-
that you go to
It's-
other schools and compete against other schools
Yeah.
and you
It's-
get ranked in the
and they
competition and get
practice-
ribbons.
They practice 2 or 3 nights a
Yeah.
week.
Very-
There's quite a bit of work that goes into it.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, Okay, we've had discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Amy DeYoung, the Spanish Club North Newton Junior Senior High for the 2025-26 school year for a $600 ECA. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that position?
Motion to approve.
Or I'll second. I'll give it to John.
Perfect.
He was quick on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any discussion?
Gives you a buzzer.
Family feud.
Elbow here.
Diane hits you and tell you to wake up.
Any discussion?
Motion in there.
Yeah, just Spanish club, same thing, same principle.
Mhm.
Yep.
They do that stuff, go around. Interesting.
Okay, had discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Next position, Blake Wilmot for the corporation band director and high school choral director for the 25-26 school year. The corporation band director at 2581 ECA and the choral director at 1063 ECA. Do I have a motion and a second to approve that position?
Move to approve.
Seconded.
Look at you. You're getting better.
Any discussion?
I definitely have a question on this.
Caffeine.
Don't we hire band teacher or whatever, musical teacher already? Isn't that part of their pay? Is this something?
This is additional to that. Yeah. Very commonplace.
Wow.
Yeah, all the hours of practice that they have to put in after school and Saturdays competitions, all of
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Interesting.
A lot of after hours stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Last but not least, Lori Postma for the junior high cheer sponsor for the second half of the 25-26 school year in the amount of $607.50.
Motion to
Do I have a-
approve.
Seconded.
Okay, thank you.
Great, do you have
Anybody have
I've
any
got the
questions on
explanation.
that?
Because like, what is sponsor?
Yeah, why is it so?
It's
Why is
coach.
it
It's
different?
called sponsor. It's
That's
the
a
cheer
coach.
coach.
Yeah.
We had a situation where the person who was doing, and their resignation will be on the next agenda item, just an order of operations thing. But they resigned basically after football season, which is the first half of cheer.
Mhm.
And so Miss Postman is going to be doing the second half of the junior high cheer.
She's already doing the high school, right?
Yeah, she's Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I appreciate her stepping up.
She always does.
Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you.
I raised it.
Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't see it.
I was just way ahead of you.
Okay. Item 8, action items. Item A, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 1422 replacement policy. Do I have a motion and a second to approve item A, policy 1422?
So moved.
Second. Who was that?
I was
Mike?
Michael, yes. Okay.
Who's the second?
Do we have any background information on you'd like to present for us?
I do not.
You need the update? Or just like, it's replacement policy, old policy is being completely replaced by a new policy with mandatory verbiage changes and listing new compliance officers and incorporating other policies that are being rescinded as a standalone policy. So for any of you that got copies at the last board meeting, it was the one that was like 25 pages long.
Okay.
That one, the first one?
Yeah.
That was the big one.
And I apologize. I do. I had full.
I figured you had the same paper I had.
Yeah, I had moved it along.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, is there any discussion on this policy that anybody would like to add? Questions, concerns?
Mm-mm.
Nope. Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item B, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 1422-02.
I'd actually like to make a motion to just go ahead and approve B and C together because they are both rescinded policies that have factored into the one that we just approved.
A
So-
and B.
Yeah, or B and C. Just go ahead and approve B
Oh,
and C.
B and C.
Yeah,
I'll second that.
because the
Okay.
A, which we just approved, that 25-page policy,
Okay.
B and C are rescinded and put into A.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve items B and C, which is the reading approval of policy 1422 .02 and policy 1662.
Yep.
Okay. Any discussion on that? No? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item D, second reading and recommended approval of policy 2260. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 2260?
Move to approve. I'll second. And for discussion, it's mandatory verbiage changes, and then we have listed our new compliance officers, which are Mr. Brooks and our current guidance counselor. I'm drawing a blank.
Warren Miller.
Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay, all those in favor, raise your right hand. You. Item E, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 2260.01. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 2260.01?
I'll motion to approve.
I will second that. And Samantha, it looks like new compliance officers,
Yep,
mandatory verbiage changes,
yep,
pretty simple.
yep. And compliance officers are the same as before, or just what we mentioned.
Anything else? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item F, second reading and recommended approval of policy 2266. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy number 2266?
Motion to approve.
I will second. Yeah, it looks like mandatory verbiage changes and again,
Compliance
compliance officers.
Yep.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. You. Item G, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 2623. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 2623?
Motion. I'll second.
Mandatory verbiage changes and choices or appeal process for retirement due to not
Retainment.
receiving a passing IRE score. Okay. Anything else? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item H, second reading and recommended approval policy of policy 3220.02. I have a motion and a second to approve policy 3220.02.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Like mandatory verbiage changes. All those in
I
favor
wanted
vote.
to discuss.
Huh?
This is one I want to discuss.
This one,
is
right?
Correct.
That we're at right now?
3220, is this the one that's the one we're giving the superintendent call that down, it's not stipend.
There's a resolution that goes along with his
Correct.
ability to do supplemental payments in excess of
Supplemental.
salary specified in the school corporation's compensation plan to any teacher at the discretion of the superintendent when doing so is in the best interest of the corporation's students.
And that's the one we need to set a resolution before September 15th of the year to allocate that dollar amount that we're going to authorize from the collective bargaining education, whatever that
Yeah.
number is, for our superintendent to be able to, and I want to be clear on this, is that to hire or is that just throughout the year, somebody turns out to be a great teacher, you want to throw them something? From what I understand, it's for the hiring, correct?
For the hiring, I believe, and don't hold me to this, but I believe it could also be used for the retention. So
We need to verify.
But it's not subject to collective bargaining.
no, this is and
Right.
that was the thing I'm going to look into that we brought up
Right.
earlier in executive session that
Correct.
we need to look into, because I think this in the new policy in there, it said this supersedes any collective bargaining agreement.
Right.
So it gives the superintendent, if the board just chooses that to be the policy, to have discretion on putting people on the pay scale or
It can't be
retain.
added to their salary though.
It can only be a
Something-
stipend type
it's-
thing. It
yeah,
wouldn't be a
it's
salary
separate.
increase.
It
Right.
can't be added to their
Yes,
salary.
it's supplemental. So
That's
it's
what we were
that's-
both
of
confused,
course.
thinking it was
not subject
salary.
to collective
Yeah,
bargaining.
that's why I want to clarify.
because annually it can be,
It can
and
be,
that amount gets
Right,
set
because
aside.
then if what I'm getting at is if our superintendent or whoever's sitting in that seat wants to, like Diane, give me an example of a math teacher that's
Yeah.
highly sought, or a science
Computer
teacher.
science or
And
science.
then, which I think is great, because you guys said in the past, you never really had that opportunity, lost a lot of good candidates.
There were
This
times
is gonna give
because
us the
the
opportunity to fix
superintendent
that.
did not have that option.
But with that being said, if he gives, let's say, or whoever's sitting in that seat, $5,000 because this science or math or whatever is a great asset, is that a one-time stipend or is that a annual? Because then if it's an annual, the collective bargaining,
Yeah.
we're going to get beat up and they're going to say, why are you giving Johnny or Susie
Yeah.
5,000 every year? So I just want to make sure we clarify this because
So I
it's a
think
big package.
I think a lot of that will be in the resolution, and correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, Dr. Mike, because you have to do it for a year or two,
Mhm.
and it has to go
Sure can.
with the budget year. And in the past, there have been people that have been qualified, but the superintendent did not have the discretion to do this, and so we have lost, from what I understand, potential people who could have filled those positions because they didn't have the discretion to offer them a little bit more, so that we
And I
could
completely
hire somebody
agree
to fill
with that.
a much needed position.
And that clarifies if you say it's only for a year or two, because now I remember
Yeah.
reading it at
Yeah,
the
it's
bottom.
forever.
Because that way the employee needs to know this is only good for whatever the
Yeah.
board has approved, whether it's a calendar year or and it's not, like Sam said, it's not part
Yeah.
of their salary. It's
And it's
just a,
contingent on budget. So one year it could be 3,000, the next year it could be 2,500, the next year it could be
Zero.
5,000.
And yes, and from my understanding is the board sets that amount with you.
Yeah.
But it also says the resolution shall not extend beyond the end of the corresponding state budget.
by, you know,
Yeah, so
They
to me,
do their
that's
budgets
a
every 2
school
years.
calendar year. That's how I read that.
Yeah.
And if I'm wrong, please correct me, Dr. Mike.
No, that's how I read it too.
perfect. So then we'll work on the resolution next that ties them with this. Yeah.
Okay. If there's no more discussion, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item I, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 5200. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 5200?
Move to approve.
Well, second. Mandatory verbiage changes. Nothing else. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item J, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 5517. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 5517?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, mandatory verbiage changes and a listing of new compliance officers. Pretty straightforward. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item K, the second and recommended approval of policy 5517.01. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 5517.01?
motion to approve.
I will second. Mandatory verbiage changes. Straightforward again. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Item L, the second reading and recommended approval of policy 5610. Do I have a motion and a second to approve policy 5610?
Motion to approve.
Who's
Second.
taking it?
Michael and Sam.
Oh, come on, John. John tried to get in.
I didn't even hear him over there. Did you hear him?
Caffeine's wearing off.
It's like mandatory verbiage changes, pretty straightforward. All those in favor? Don't do that. Raise your right hand. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, item M, the LED project at North Newton High School. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the LED project at the North Newton High School?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Good job,
Good
John.
job, John. Nice work. Okay, Dr. Razor.
Yes, and I apologize for the short notice of putting this on the agenda, but there are rebates that NIPSCO is providing that expire middle of December, or work needs to be done by middle of December, so they have the last 2 weeks to come out and inspect that it was done.
Well,
So,
we've been talking about this for.
oh yeah, this has been on the list for a while. This is going to be phase one. We'll likely do it in phases, especially during the school year, because this allows for the contractors to get in, get out without disrupting the school day. And then we'll try to finish up over the summer or also do work in the evenings. But we're also through phasing it allows us to have a better chance of keeping the work local and to, make sure that we're investing in our community. But definitely wanted to take advantage of the large rebate that NIPSCO is providing right now. And the rebate is on the hardware that we're installing. So it is definitely, and like I said, the nice thing too is it's a night and day kind of project. When it's done, it'll look like 2 brand new gyms. So good ways to start for this as well.
Is it gonna be estimated, you're up in, 19,000 this is just for the high school?
Both gyms.
Both gyms?
Yeah.
Are we estimating half of that for the other 2 gyms, lighting wise? Are we need to do the other 2 gyms?
Those are the only 2 gyms.
Okay. And then the next.
Are you
one?
talking about maybe the elementary schools?
Yeah.
Elementary schools already have LED.
Yeah.
Yeah, the high school is the only building that doesn't have LED
And was the
throughout.
high school the only one that didn't get done? You and I were here, but is that the only place that did not get done on the other LED project?
Yes. The office has some LED, and a couple of the bathrooms that got renovated have LED, but besides that, the rest of the building is not. The other thing too, the gym will be a 1-for-1 type of exercise, meaning every light fixture you see up there will be replaced by a light fixture. Throughout the building, we want a little bit more evaluation because you can get some savings where you don't necessarily need a light fixture when you transition to LED where there is one now. So that also gives us, what that means though is you're messing around with ceiling tiles and things like that. That's why we're trying to spread that part out into the summer because that can be kind of invasive.
This is part of our capital project.
Yeah, it's part of our capital project list.
I already had the money out for.
Yeah, I already had the money, but this
About
is
the only major project we've done other than the.
yeah, this will be the only project we
paving
really
of
get
the
done
Overlake Village.
in the other than the sidewalk with our 25 money.
Anybody else have any other questions? Okay. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you. Public comment, we have none. So if I can get a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting.
Motion?
Second. Oh, sorry, John.
All those in favor to adjourn the meeting, raise your right hand. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Well, we're here.